It's the
Show.
All right, guys, welcome. We have Menai Aini here for our interview, who we have played before, and I'm excited for him to join us. Here we go.
All right.
And I like it. I like it. You fit the profile that we were talking about, actually, too.
Thank you.
So, do you have a real name, or do you not want to disclose that?
I'm still indeterminate. We'll see how the interview goes, and maybe I'll disclose here. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, in case we're a bunch of douchebags.
I'm not worried about that. I enjoyed listening to your guys' podcast. When you sent me the message, I got a chance to listen.
Oh, nice.
Interesting one. I got to hear someone go to the restroom, so that was interesting.
Which one was that?
I think you ran to the bathroom.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can't stop recording, so it's.
I was just surprised you brought your mic with you. But
that's what we do. So tell me a little about yourself. So how did this start?
Well, I've myself been doing music since I was a kid, and I write and I sing and I do a lot of different stuff under my real name as well as another pseudonym. But I actually created this pseudonym specifically for the type of music and stuff that I'm creating now. It's a mix of my own stuff and my own words, but using AI to kind of finesse and create what I want to create and kind of create some stuff that I can't maybe do myself, in some ways vocally, but but it's nice because I feel like it kind of gets the heart of what I'm trying to get across, and it's still part of me, but it's got part of artificial intelligence in there too.
Okay.
That's very cool.
And I do want to talk about that a little bit later, the artificial intelligence thing. So on your Facebook, it says we are both real and artificial. We are the congregation of what it is to be human and also artificial intelligence. We bring you auditory satisfaction, which, by the way, I love. Did you come up with that?
Yeah, that was just my little tagline I created when I was, because you know how you have to start to put yourself out on all the socials. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, did you come up with that completely yourself, or did you have AI help you create the tagline?
I actually created that myself. That one was part of the human side.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I ask because we actually do use AI for ourselves as well to make sure stuff sounds professional and things like that. But we always type it up ourselves first and have it clean it up.
Yeah, we don't sound very professional if we do it otherwise.
I think AI is something that we all are going to have to get used to some degree. I mean, I see two different bandwagons, people who are like 100% against it, and then people who actually embrace it, and then of course there's the middle ground, which are people who are just kind of tentative of it,
Right.
Yeah.
As a tool, I like it. I don't want to be completely artificial. I still want to have a part in the creative process, but it does some cool stuff that, I mean, I'm not sure what you guys are familiar with out there, but there's a lot of cool tools and technology that didn't exist years ago.
Yeah, we've played with some of them. Yeah. They're fun, but we just do it mostly for fun. We haven't really used them as full tools yet, except for like helping us retype stuff.
Yeah.
So do you play out? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you play out live?
I don't currently. I have many years in the past. I can give my age. I'm 46. So
okay.
I did play more in my younger years, but then I had my kids, and so kids kind of took priority there for a period of time. And so, but I've always liked composing and creating. So I've got another pseudonym that I operate under called Adman the Madman. And that's the stuff I create that's just all instrumental. So you can get kind of a feel for the music, styles and stuff that I create with that one. And then now, I don't know if you're aware, but some of the stuff I can actually bring in a piece of something I've created and let AI manipulate that and create something else out of it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fascinating. I think that's a lot of fun and a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah. And so let's take a deeper dive into AI. So that's you singing, correct?
No. On this one, no, that is not me singing.
Okay.
So is that somebody else singing, or is that AI singing?
That is AI singing.
Okay.
I wrote the lyrics to the song and finessed the style and everything I wanted to get. And it's an art form itself, how to work AI. I hate to say
Yeah,
it's not like,
for sure.
you know what I mean? It's like you have to know how to manipulate it to get what you want out of it.
Yeah,
You have to have a little bit of.
It's an artificial intelligence. It's not necessarily creative on its own. You have to be the creative part
Yes,
still.
exactly. And
a lot of bands are doing that. I mean, you look at, and we talk a lot about that on the podcast AI. I mean, you look at the Beatles song that was released, and that had, I mean, it wasn't, you know, John Lennon's AI voice, but the AI definitely helped out with it. So it's definitely, I I mean, it's sweet and sour at the same time.
yes, I am both emphatically enjoying what I'm doing, but I'm also terrified by what could come from AI. So it's a mixture of feelings for sure.
Yeah. So when you do how do you get the voice? Do you say like, "Hey, I want it to sound like this," or I mean, I'm not sure how.
You give it like a specific person's voice to try to mimic, or you just kind of like.
Well, now with the audio input, you are starting to be able to kind of tweak that a bit. I've even done because I've just done some testing where you can put in like an audio file of me just singing myself. And then when it created the song, it actually kind of used my audio timbre and my tone of voice. So
Okay.
I'm finding that, but at first, when I first was using Suno, it did not have those features. But you would just kind of get the style, and then you would get a few iterations and just find the one that really resonated with you.
Yeah.
You know, you'd put in your custom lyrics, and then you just would hit create. You'd listen to it and say, nope, nope, until you got something you liked. And I usually worked on it starting with just like a verse and chorus first. Once I got the flow and feel that I liked, because then you can extend and it'll remember that kind of chorus and that everything you have. So it whatever it creates after that, it's within that flow. So
wow,
you just kind of customize it until you get exactly the song you want. So
that is very cool.
now is that the same as the music, or do you play any of the music?
see, I'm a musician, so I do play a lot of music, but on these particular tracks that I sent you,
Yeah.
you folks, those ones are also, it's pretty much all AI.
Yeah.
I've just controlled, yeah, and I'm a paying member, so I get to commercialize whatever I create.
Oh wow.
So that's why I decided, well, I'm going to just give this a shot, and so I created. I can give you a little bit of the hidden meaning. It's pretty obvious once you know it, but the hidden meaning is me and AI, AI and I.
Okay.
See, we didn't. That didn't come to us
that
at
didn't
all.
come to us at all. The funny part though is when we like Google search because we were trying to find more information about it.
Yeah.
We actually found there's people named Menai Aini.
Oh, really?
I think they're like mostly like Indian or
Asian or
like
something.
Yes, yeah, but there's
yeah.
people named that, so it was like kind of hard to find any more information about you.
Which is great.
That's kind of, it made
perfect.
the mystery even more. Yeah, exactly.
And so we're checking out your YouTube. There's a lot of songs that you do have on there. I don't see any albums though. Are you thinking of doing some albums or?
I've done that with my other my music, my personal music stuff, the stuff I fully create and produce.
Okay.
I've just done these as kind of more like one-off hits. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen. There's a couple of them that push some boundaries.
Yeah, we did. It was
like Burning Question. A lot of people like, you know, that's the kind I share with the right people, if you know what I mean, because
yeah.
I could upset some folks. But it's the way that song plays out, it sounds like it's going to be this like Disney type song and it's going to be all okay. But then it hits you at the chorus and you're pretty shocked. So I don't know if you guys got to hear that one yet.
I know we listened to quite a few of them. I don't know if we listened to Burning Question though.
That's with the Jesus guy. The Jesus
logo.
guy.
Yeah.
The Jesus guy. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. And the question that we all wonder. No, just kidding.
Yeah. No, there is some, and then you have the Orange Liar, Put Down Your Phone. So a lot of it, and you come up with the lyrics, like you said. So a lot of it does have some kind of meaning.
Yes, exactly. Like put down your phone is one that I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I do not like being in public and looking around and like nobody's talking to each other and they're all just staring at their little box in front of them.
Oh, that's one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm like hanging out with friends and like you guys will be talking and all of a sudden it gets quiet in a room and you look around and everyone's just on their damn phone playing with it. And it's like, Why are we hanging out? I could be sitting at home doing this.
Yeah.
Yep. And I just see it as being a problem that's growing more. And I feel like it socially needs to be addressed. Kind of like we almost needed etiquette for phone usage that we all kind of, I'm not saying it has to be held strict, but just like general, you know, if someone's in the room with you, they deserve your attention more than all the people on your phone, you know?
Right. There are some restaurants I've seen that are starting to like you put your phone in and then give you a ticket. So you don't have any phones while you're eating and things like that. Now it's very few and far between that you'll see that, but maybe something like that can come up and you know,
especially in a social setting like a restaurant and stuff like that. Yeah.
right. And it's more of the fancier restaurants, you know, because you're not taking in, you know, people work so hard on the atmospheric of a bar or a restaurant or a brewery or whatever. And you're really not paying attention to that because you're on your phone and you're just, you know, not taking it all in.
Exactly. And it's not being present. You're really sometimes almost like you're there, but you're somewhere else completely.
Yeah.
You know? Yep.
So you said you started writing music at a very young age. About how old were you?
Probably when I was about 7, 8-ish.
Okay. That's very young. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I that's not stuff I would be proud of today, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you were having fun and you were enjoying yourself. That was the whole point of getting into it, enjoying it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I used computers back then too. I used to program in BASIC originally and program some songs and stuff in with that way back then.
So you're well versed in all this.
Oh yeah, computers and music are my two childhood investments. The computers is actually what I do on the daily.
Okay,
gotcha.
That's awesome. So you basically just put those two together to create this project, at least.
Correct.
And you're doing a good job with it, man. Like
thank you.
It's catchy shit. Because we were even listening, like, what song was that?
I like some of the heavier songs because I was a metalhead back in high school.
Yeah,
but I haven't disliked any of them. That's the crazy part. And like you have such a wide range of genres with your music too.
Believe it or not, that's also the case with the personal stuff that I write. I've always liked to write in a variety of stuff. Yeah. And as I've gotten older, I have actually tended to get more into like a heavier sound. There's like a limit though for myself. Like there's some point where where it becomes more noise than music. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, that's what I like to find that perfect little middle zone where it's right in the middle, where it's got power, edge, but also creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great.
There is we played Love Me Twice.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that song. And deep meaning in the songs, you know, you said you write the lyrics, so good job with the lyrics. I mean, we were listening to it and it's like, damn, that's some pretty heavy writing. Now, so going into that, do you ever have AI write lyrics for you? Has there ever been a song that you've done that without, you know, you putting input in
when playing around? I don't think I've put anything out up other than actually, no, those last two that we just dropped, believe it or not, I was talking with my brother. He just got back from the military.
Okay.
And I was showing him how it works, and he's a big fan of trance music. So we kind of, I rather than sit there and write something out with him when I was just trying to show him some stuff, but he was like, could you please put these online? So, cause he wants to put them on his Apple Music and stuff. So
that's cool.
I was like, yeah, I'll throw them out there, you know, because I was happy with what they were. But we actually, one of them was like, I mean, it was very simple. I do like to edit though. If I ever do something with AI, I still like to finesse it a little, like, because AI is like, I would say, like, it's amazing what it can do, but it always throws in something weird. Like there's always like one line where you're like, what are you talking about? You know? So I like to finesse it still. But yeah, the last two, which were again the ones about there, you can tell they're the trance-based songs. And believe it or not,
what are those called?
I got to pull it up off.
I think one of them I was playing earlier was like climb to the top or rise to the top.
That we were listening
yeah, climb to the top or rise to the top is
rise
one
to
of
the
them.
Top, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then the other one was basically about burning rubber, but it's basically about a race car driving, and that's called burning tires.
Burning tires. Okay.
Yep. And then of course I wrote the one that I liked, that I mean was the All Eyes on Rafa. I mean I know different people have different political stake on that, but I just wrote that song just because I'm like, let's just stop killing innocent children. Like to me that's a no-brainer. Like yeah.
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 And
And
that, I mean, we seen that that song everywhere, and I noticed that they were on some websites that played it, and you know,
Yeah, there was one website we found it on. It was like a music promotion site, but underneath it we saw like all these different letters and stuff. We didn't know what it was at the time, but apparently it's all Greek.
oh really?
Yeah, it's some website that's like promotes music, and they have your All Eyes and Rafa on there, and underneath it they have the whole description of the song and the type of music in Greek.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't even I can't read that, so I didn't even see that.
I had to Google translate it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
what did it say?
It was the description of the song. I'd have to pull it up again. I don't remember.
Can you speak the Greek? No,
No, I cannot. We'll have to call our buddy George.
Yeah. So what kind of music are you into then? So what's your influence?
Quite a different influences. I've been a big 21 Pilots fan a lot of my life. I would say like currently I also like I'm just trying to think of some of the ones. The one that wrote that I am terrible with names probably because of the work that I do.
Oh,
Stuff
so am
goes
I.
in and out of my brain. But it helps when I just look up on my playlist and I'm like, oh yeah, that group.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up my playlist that I usually play here without playing it.
Yeah.
But Bring Me the Horizon is one of the ones I like.
I've heard a lot about that band. I don't think I
listened to it
actually, but I've been hearing so much about that band.
Yeah, there's like Parasite and a couple of their songs that they do that I just really like. It's a good blend of electric stuff with heavy metal stuff. Like it's a good blending of those two realms.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I like to do. I've always found like for me, I've always liked electronica kind of stuff, but I love the sound of heavy guitars and heavy, you know what I mean? Just that heavy feel and heavy flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that 21 Pilots kind of I do hear that 21 Pilots influence for sure. I don't know if that was meant to be or not, but I definitely hear that in some songs.
Yeah.
And the one Love Me Twice, it was the singer on it. I mean, the voice on it sounds like who did we say that?
The lead singer from Seether.
Seether is what you guys were saying, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So did you have what app are you using to do this?
Suno.ai. That's the website. If you guys want to check it out, it's a lot of fun to just play with. I mean, you don't have to produce professionally if you don't want to, but you will shock yourself when you write something out and just to see what it creates. You're like, how is it doing this? And you know what it's done is it's probably listened to the entire catalog of human creativity.
Yeah.
And it's finding algorithms that we can't even imagine in it.
That's
and it's
insane. Holy shit.
I mean, I've wrote stuff for my grandparents. I wrote them an old country song, and because my grandpa had passed away, and my grandma. It's a song all about my grandpa. And it just is literally to the T, and everyone in the family loved it. They're like, because it was his style of music, that old kind of, older country, not the modern country.
Yeah.
No.
That's awesome. Do you have to pay for it, or is it like a free?
Well, he said you have to pay if you want to actually like put it out commercially.
Right. If you want to own what you create, then you have to basically pay the monthly, and it's not bad. Like I think I pay about $8 or $10 a month.
Oh damn!
So it's heavily affordable and a lot of fun.
That's not bad for you to pay for us.
Why do I pay for everything around here?
So you're the guy to talk to. No, just kidding.
Apparently,
this is the financial guy here that does everything.
The janitor.
Hey, janitors do hard work.
They do. Look at, he's sweating. I mean,
because I'm not sweeping.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, man, I really dig it, and that's why we wanted to interview you. I mean, we interview you. I mean, I'm sure you know what this show is about.
Yeah.
But we were like really like, man, we got to interview. Like, what is it like?
Yeah, we want to know more about it because it was like, especially the description on Facebook is like the biggest description we found for the artist in general. And it
Yeah.
just says like we're human and AI, and we're like, what is this? Who is this? What is happening?
Part of me was tempted to like put a voice changer and be like, I am AI. What do you want? But I was like, I don't want to
I
play
was
with your
actually
heads
thinking
too
that would
much.
happen.
Well, he told me, he's like, I asked him to turn his camera on. I said, you're gonna see like a live video picture of like a motherboard.
Hello, humans.
When you first saw my picture, were you like, uh-oh? No, just kidding.
Well, I told you, I said, what if you say like a mascot when he answers? And he's like, that'd be awesome.
I actually had a Spider-Man mask, but I chose to go with the digital avatar instead.
It fits.
It fits,
It's more
yeah.
fitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you plan? I don't know how this would even happen. I guess you would have to have something playing in the background, but do you plan on playing shows with it, or is it just more so for like fun?
Yeah, currently it's more just for fun and growth. And honestly, though, I have had some fun of taking a song that it's created and then actually producing it musically. Believe it or not, my fiance also sings and stuff, and she's had a couple that she created. I actually took into the studio and tracked it all out according to what AI did so she could sing on top of it instead of AI.
Oh wow.
That's
So
awesome. Yeah.
so
Is
it's
that
it's
is that out anywhere, or is that just something you were doing for fun?
we're working on the one right now. She has some of her stuff out there though that I don't know if I should say her name without her permission, but
Yeah, you don't have to if you yeah.
yeah, she's sung, and I actually have some of my own personal stuff out there too. That I've got actually a song about I feel, which is our current situation. It's called "Divided Nation." That's actually where I feel we're at. It kills me because I just remember being a kid and it not mattering what our political stuff was. We were all Americans, and I feel like we're
Yeah.
Yeah.
losing that.
Yeah.
And I want to get back to our roots of we're all on the same side. We all want good things for each other and our families and stuff.
Yeah.
But the divide just seems like it's growing, and so I had wrote a song about that. But
Okay.
that'll be a little hidden nugget. If you find it, you'll find out my real name.
Wow. All right. So do you do that stuff like this is your side thing? That's kind of more your main thing that you do.
Well, the main thing that I do is the computer. I run a computer
Okay.
repair
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
the main thing musically though, before I ran in, this was more like I just ran into this tool and I'm like, this is fun. This is amazing. Like I can't believe what this is creating. And then I thought, I'm enjoying listening to it. Like I don't want to just make songs and listen to them myself and be like, this is awesome. I
Right.
wanted to share that joy with other people.
Mm.
And I feel like it's partly me, and I also feel like partly cheap. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, like I know because it's not 100% me, and I wish it
Yeah.
was. Like I wish I
But
could
if
sing
you're
like that.
diving in though, and you're like tweaking things and editing things, and you started it in the beginning anyway, like there's all the creativity started with you anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's funny because if you look at my history of things that are created, like I said, there's probably 50 to 100 tracks on some of these songs where I'm like, no, that's not good enough. No, not good enough. No, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm whipping the AI. Go, shh, get better, do it better, you know. But but
That's all.
it's that's how it is. That's the finessing to get the final product. So
Is there any merchandise that you have available?
I probably should think about that.
or is there any
I
songs that you have out that are for sale that people can download?
Oh, they all are for sale on all the apps like Apple and
Okay.
Amazon
Yeah.
and everything else. So any of the songs, but you can also listen to them if you have Spotify. Other than I'm getting that one re-uploaded, Spotify did a glorious thing of just saying, long story short, they said I paid for listens or whatever, and then they removed my song. And then DistroKid removed my song. And it's like,
Yeah. Fucking Spotify.
you have no like control over it. And I swear these companies, I think to myself, are they just like, oh, these little guys don't need any money, and then just like doing that? Like I don't know. Like I don't know how they can. I don't know. And there's no like appeal process. No like, hey, can you tell me exactly why? How do you prove this was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
know.
there's a lot of stories that we've had specifically on Spotify, and I'm sure all of them are like that. I mean, they don't. Their main thing is to get money from bands to put their stuff on, but there's no reiteration back to
Yeah.
the artist, and that's what kills me. Like, and I mean, we're musicians ourselves, and we've done. I mean, we haven't done anything as of recent. It was a long time ago, like late '90s, that we were
Hmm.
kind of doing stuff, and it's just like this whole world has changed in the way you can submit your music. And a lot of people think that it's so much easier to get your music out there, which I agree it is, but there's no,
It's so much harder to get paid for it now.
well,
Yeah.
that for sure. Yeah.
Or even recognized. Like that's what I've realized. Like, and that's, I was literally, because I've been doing computers for a while, and I'm like, I want to start focusing more on my music side. And I really started getting excited. I wrote a bunch of stuff, and then this AI stuff came out, and it almost derailed me. Like I was almost like, well, what's the point? If people are
Yeah.
going to be able to just click a few buttons and create something as good as I can create, what, it almost derailed me. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to embrace it a little instead of just flaunting it, and pushing it away.
Right.
And started having fun. And I said, well, I believe in conscientious use of tools. That's just the reality. There's still creativity that you can find in it. And
Oh, yeah.
I do think though it's going to create a lot more noise in the music realm.
Oh,
What
for
you know what I
sure.
mean? Like and everyone can do this, if everyone, but it still takes a little understanding. Like my grandma can't do it, like,
Yeah.
there's
Right.
no offense, grandma. I love you if you're watching this, but
Well, we haven't said your name, so it's fine. She's not going to
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe it's some Polynesian lady that thinks, Menai, is that you? No, just kidding.
I don't know who this is.
Exactly. All
No,
right.
that's good though. I mean, AI definitely has. I mean, you see a lot of videos, a lot of songs that sound exactly like the artist, and they kind of
Mhm.
mess with it. I don't know if you ever heard of what was that YouTube channel called? There I
There, I
Ruined It.
ruined it.
I mean, they take
Oh, I've seen him do that. Yeah. Or
yeah, with
Dick's-
Johnny Cash singing freaking
Barbie girl.
Barbie girl and shit, and it's. I mean, it's still it takes some
It
creativity.
takes a
to do
creative
that
mind to
shit.
come up with the idea.
Yeah.
Now, he
Have
may
you
have
guys
had
heard-
AI do it, but
Have you guys heard the Neon Tide?
No.
that sounds familiar. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what it is though. The name
I
sounds
recommend
familiar,
you Google it. The Neon Tide, it's a song written by a guy who used an AI voice, but he did the voice of Plankton. And he was singing the Neon Tide, basically talking about, Bikini Bottom and all that stuff. But it's a heavy metal, like hard song. You check it out if you like hard metal. I
Okay.
recommend it.
Neon Tide.
Yep.
Remember that,
I'm
Matt.
gonna write it down.
Okay, good.
But-
So anything else to plug or anything? I mean, if you want to plug your other stuff too, that you're doing.
Well, it might give him away though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. See?
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I said the other one, Adman the Madman. I have
okay,
two
Madman the Madman.
small albums. One's a 3-song one and one's a 5-song one.
write that
and-
down too.
And they are Rocking Realms and then Rocking Realms Returns.
Okay.
And then, of course, like I said, Put Down Your Phone's a good song. And Burning Question it's definitely one to enjoy and share, but make sure you don't share it with someone who's too religious. Might ruffle some feathers there, but
Not like ruffling feathers.
and then I wrote one that actually I did release under my main name. And it's it's a very, I don't know what you would call it. It's called Tickle My Pickle. That's the name of the song.
Oh.
And there's a video you can find on YouTube. And it's I
As I'm
created
pulling my phone out again.
Google Tickle My Pickle. Let's see what you come up with.
It's actually a very it's a very funny euphemistic song. It's literally completely like G-rated in all the words and everything, but if you think of it in the wrong terms, it's R-rated in your own mind kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I wrote it purposely to be anyone could listen to it. It's a G-rated song, but it has R-rated implications if you see it that way. And it's got some good AI art in it actually too.
Oh, like
I put one creepy one in there too, just because I wanted people to know it was AI art. So you'll see if you can pick if you ever see it. You'll see which one is the creepy picture that I put from AI in there.
all right. There you go.
Very cool.
And you got that all the way
I got it
down.
written down.
Okay, cool. You have man, I was gonna say, do you drink at all?
I do not myself, but
That's good.
many
Don't
of my
ever do
friends do.
We a lot of times will do a shot with our guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
well, I
yeah,
can pretend.
no, yeah, no, don't worry about it.
No, if you don't drink, it's not a big
Sadly,
deal.
this thing doesn't give you my arms, though. That's the only thing. I've been sitting here this whole time, slightly animated with my hands, and They're
Yeah,
not
what have you
showing
been
up on
doing
my
with your
screen.
hands? I want to know.
Oh, oh, hey, you know.
It's an AI secret.
He's definitely not giving his name.
Might have given too many hints away at this point, but
So do you embrace, because we actually talk about this a lot with, our guests, like, do you embrace the whole releasing singles instead of albums? Or are you typically more of the one that likes the album part? Now, I know this is more of your singles, but how do you stand on
But
that?
just as an artist in general, do you embrace the whole releasing singles thing, or would you prefer to do like album tracks?
that is a tough one because I think each one has its place. I really do think singles are kind of what you see a lot more this day and age, just
For
because
sure.
people are just kind of one-offing it. It's the kind of society we're in now. It's like people want to just get it out there. I think a lot of times in the older days, people did albums because they were going to be releasing one thing that was like in a physical form that, you know what I mean, that you couldn't make any changes to. It was once it's released, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you guys are flashing a whole bunch. It's not, is it flashing on
Yeah,
your
I
end
don't.
that
I'm
too?
too,
seeing
yeah.
that too. I don't know what that's about.
Like
Might be the cable.
Is it?
might
it's
be.
like it's like crazy flash. I'm not going to get epilepsy or anything, but I mean, it was just like,
That's good. I don't know what that's about. We'll have to. The
I hope it
janitor
doesn't
will have to
mess that
fix
up
that.
too much.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties.
But I think albums are great when you have a whole like message and flow you kind of want to send together that's more than one song. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of
Yeah.
miss that of some of the older days where you got to see more than just the heavy side of someone, but you also got to see their approach to something of a softer subject, or kind of get a whole feel from a whole trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a journey in an album. And that's
Yeah.
actually kind of what, if you get a chance to check out the Adman, the Madman, and on Rocking Realms Returns, there's a 5-track, and it's kind of a whole journey to some degree. Each one has its own flair and feel, but they all kind of belong together. You'll see.
Okay.
We'll have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I
but
like
yeah,
it.
I definitely think albums. It's almost dying nowadays. It's sad because I
It
think
is sad. I miss the days
I
of sitting down and listening to an album from front to back.
I remember like, yeah, or hearing your favorite artist is about to drop a new album, and you're just like anticipating and excited. And now it's like it's almost like you're not sure whether it's going to be a single or an album when you hear them talking about dropping something. Like
Yeah.
21 Pilots for an example. They released this one song recently. It's a great song, but left me kind of wanting more.
Yeah.
Didn't they come out with a new album?
I thought the album came out already. Did it not?
Well, I only heard the one song from it, which was oh gosh, now
Or maybe it was just a release.
I thought it was just a single that they came out with. There were, let's see here.
It was Clancy, right?
Clancy, yep.
But it's a studio album.
Okay, great. So that's basically they had released though just one track ahead of time, and
Yeah,
that's
they released a track like back in,
overcompensate.
like February or something like that, and then the album didn't come out till May.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. So I thought that was just the one track, and so I was like, oh great, that's all we get.
It was a whole album, but I do know that I think they said this is the last album they're gonna do.
I know that I'm going to be listening to that tonight because I did not know that was out.
See?
Thank you.
At least
I thought that was just one song. That's the confusion. When they dropped that one, I thought that was it.
Yeah, and the single that they dropped was Clancy. So it was the same name.
No, the single that I thought Overcompensate was the first one that they had dropped.
Was it?
Maybe,
I thought it was Clancy.
Well,
I could be wrong. I don't know. But the album is out. So yeah, download it, listen to it, enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be getting it. Yeah, that's for sure. They're one of those influences that I don't know. They just have a certain flair to them that I like, I enjoy. So
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, hey man, thanks so much for joining us and
Yeah.
making our cameras glitch with your AI.
yeah, I'm holding my hands to my head and my head's not there. I could give you. Do you guys want to? I could just flick to myself for real at the very end here. What do you guys think? Just
Yeah.
in case you wanna.
Hey,
That's your call.
yeah, it's your call,
Okay.
but
I just gotta. Is it just on? Where's the settings at once you're in here? I did the settings in the app.
oh
Great.
god.
I don't know where they would be at in there.
Let's see.
Oh, there we go. Video settings. Perfect. Okay, go to this. You ready? You
All
ready
right,
for
let's
the
do
big
it.
reveal? Let's boom.
There
Damn.
it is.
So
Look at that sexy mustache.
I look kind of like my avatar a
You
little
do
bit.
actually.
I tried to model it, but yeah.
Awesome.
And I have my
man.
headset on, which keeps warbling in the thing because it's darker in here. I
Yeah.
tried to not turn my light too much because then you're not like staring into the sun, like, hi,
Yeah.
you know.
No, that's perfect, man.
So
Well, thank
well,
you
it's nice
so
to meet you
much.
both too.
Nice to
Yes,
meet
Thank
you
you.
too. We have to stay in touch. You ever come out with any more music, or you want to promote something, please keep in touch with us.
Absolutely. And I'll spread the word about your guys' podcast. I didn't even know about it until I heard. So I'm
Yeah, where
looking
did
forward
you
to
hear
listen
about
to it.
where did you hear about us? Was it on
I got
TikTok?
emailed from you guys. Actually, how I found you guys, I'm pretty sure I emailed you my songs through Discord has this like playlister thing that you and I just hit a bunch of the names and sent tracks to them. Like
Oh, I gotcha.
you're trying to promote yourself. And I
I
think one
think
of
we
them was
received
to
it
you
from
guys.
DistroKid, I think.
Yeah,
Discord?
Yeah.
Okay.
and
All
that's
right.
who I did the playlister through. And then yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I thought I might have emailed, but yeah, it's how it is to try to promote stuff. It is
Oh
not
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
simplistic.
That's why we have to
So
do. We've been doing these stupid TikTok videos, and like, I don't. I'm not big on them, but I know that's like what you got to do nowadays.
Yeah, that's what's popular today. So
yeah,
So, but
and it changes every 30 seconds. I'm just
Yep.
kidding.
yes, sir.
Well,
All
very
right,
nice to
man.
meet you both, Matt and Chris, and hopefully
Yes,
we'll
thank
see
you
each
so
other more in the
much.
future.
All right,
right.
man.
Take
Take
care.
care, buddy.
You bet. You too.